Hello, I'm here, Church Street, McDonald's End, on this busy Thursday afternoon. I think most people would have noticed now there is a concerted effort to create an atmosphere of so-called far-right fear. Far-right. In fact, it's hysterical fear, right? Everywhere you go now, it's far-right. Also, what is happening across the city and other parts of the country, there are these sort of flash demos that are called to meet, assemble outside various places in Liverpool. Asylum Centre is the one on the edge of Toxteth, is it? Overy Street, the Abdullah Quillen Mosque, top of West Derby Road, many other places, right? These are supposedly far-right demonstrations. Now, who these people actually are, I don't know. I don't have nothing to do with them. I don't associate with them. I don't have any association with these people on the internet. I don't know. Is it far-left agitators who are doing this? I don't know. But there seems to be a concerted effort to create an atmosphere of hysterical far-right fear. Far-right. Before you know it, it was the far-right that committed that terrible atrocity in Southport. So Joe Owens has nothing to do with these people. I have nothing to do with them whatsoever. I don't know who they are. I wish they'd stop it. Assuming, again, it's not left-wing, so-called anti-racist agitators who have an agenda by pushing this far-right fear, right? If you see where I'm coming from. See, this is where I stand. This is why I do these messages here. Church Street, the heart of Liverpool City Centre. I believe my wonderful Scouse fam, which includes all groups here in Liverpool, white, black, Chinese, Hindu, and what other small communities have settled here. They are my Scouse fam. In fact, they make up our Scouse city. That's what we're about. Our Chinese community, our black community, as I say, other small communities. You wouldn't even know we're here because that's small. They are our Scouse culture. So I call upon all them, Chinese, black, Hindu, and all the white people in this city, and anyone else for that matter, to come forward and let's preserve our unique Scouse character, traditions and cultural identity that we're all familiar with, we all love, we were all born into. Because what's happening, too many new arrivals from different cultures, ways, beliefs, values are coming into our city who don't want to assimilate, don't want to be part of the Scouse fam, and they are going to change our unique Scouse way of life, like we see what's happening now in Kensington and Fairfield. That's not Joe Owens making that up. That's real and present. That is no longer a Scouse in the true sense of the word. It has been culturally changed. Cultural chaos reigns there, right? Not cultural enrichment, or whatever the words are for that now. It's not cultural enrichment, it's the complete opposite. It's cultural chaos. You can see it unfolding there. So I call upon all my fellow Scousers, black, white, Chinese, Hindu, whoever you are, to let's make our voices heard and stop the cultural destruction of our glorious city, because that's what's happening, right? Our city is being culturally changed, right? This is not racism, it's not far right, it's not hate, or it's the awful truth, I'm afraid, that these politicians want to ignore, right? At the moment, Liam Thorpe and all the rest of it, they're basking in this atmosphere of far right, the far right bogeyman that's now responsible for everything. Who's calling for these flash demos across the internet? I don't know, right? But if any sincere, genuine, naive people frustrated and angry about what's happened of late think of going on them, you need to avoid them. You need to stay away from them. You need to get involved in proper electoral politics. Go and join Reform UK or whoever, right? Stand in elections like Joe Owens has and put your message across. These demos, especially going into communities where you're frightening people. Why people called for that demo outside the Abdullah Quillen Mosque on the top of West Derby Road, I will never know. that is a mystery, right? Like I've said, it's either seriously misguided people or it's far left, so-called anti-racist activists doing it deliberately. I don't know, maybe hope not hate, right? But if any are announced in the near future, you need to stay away from them, right? The people of this city must come together, all of us, black, white, Chinese, Hindu, a lot of us, to preserve our unique, one and only Scouse character, traditions and cultural identity. That's where Joe Owen stands. I have no connection with any political party in this country. I'll recommend people vote Reform UK, but I don't have any connections with them or associations with any. I certainly don't have any association with these posts on the internet where they're calling for a flash demo outside here, outside there. That is not the way forward. That is a silly way. It's an outdated way. It's a wrong way. I believe in my city and I want to see it survive. I want to see it, what's the word for it then? I want to see my Scouse culture continue. I don't want to see it replaced, because what's happened in Kensington and Fairfield, this unique Scouse character of that neighbourhood has now been changed. You know it has, right? It has been changed. We can't have this to happen, to continue right across our city. Breck Road, West Derby Road, Prescott Road, County Road, many other places. We must oppose further cultural change. What we see in Kensington is not cultural diversity or enrichment. That's cultural chaos that you politicians are responsible for, not Joe Owens, right? But there seems to be a concerted effort to create an atmosphere of far-right fear, with the far-right's responsible for everything now, right? It's been created by the media. It doesn't exist. It's just, it's nonsense, right? Well, people are getting wound up by it. People are fearful. Lefties and so-called anti-racists, who are mostly lefties, are using it for their own political agenda. I don't know who's posting all this on the internet, but you need to avoid it, right? This is our city, and it belongs to all of us, right? As I've said before many times in my videos, that's all of us, our black community, our Chinese community, Hindu community. I mean, there's a Hindu mosque on Edge Lane. It's been there decades. People probably don't even know it's there because there's such a small community. When the black community came to Liverpool, it was such a small community, and the Chinese, they fitted in then as Scousers, they fit in now. There isn't a problem. What's happening now is too many new arrivals are coming into our city with different ways-based values, who have no intention whatsoever of embracing the Scouse fam, but imposing their ways, beliefs and values over ours. That's where Joe Owen stands and will continue to stand, right? I believe in what I'm saying is right, and I will continue to say it, right? I have no malice against anyone, even new arrivals. The new arrivals want to embrace the Scouse fam, they're more than welcome, but unfortunately, vast majority have no intentions whatsoever of embracing the Scouse fam, but of imposing theirs, ways, value, standards over ours. This is our city, it belongs to us, the good people of Liverpool, right? I wouldn't come down here, ladies and gentlemen, if I believed it wasn't of the utmost importance that we stop further cultural change of our glorious city, because if we don't, we will indeed lose it, right? Most boroughs in London now being culturally changed. They've lost their unique Cockney character, right? You see, adding small, different cultural groups can be quite healthy for any community, any city, any town, but it's when the balance then gets all out of balance. As I've said, we had a balance. We had an intricate balance here in our city with all the groups, and it's flourished as a Scouse city with not a problem at all. Now we're seeing problems, and the problems are because of cultural change, right? And like I've said in previous videos, the Windrush generation that came to Britain, they were given a rough deal, to tell you the truth. They came from former British territories with vicious values and standards. They fitted in. The ones coming here now, it's a completely different kettle of fish, right? They don't want to fish in. They want to impose their ways over ours, and that's wrong. This is our city, right? I'll go now, ladies and gentlemen, so I think I've made my point. But remember, no to cultural change. Yes to Scouse Pride. Shout it out loud, Scouse and Pride. Okay, thank you.